apparently this there was an influence of one Ebonee Davis. Now she was a former alum of America's Next Top Model. I had never seen an episode. I think I probably clocked out watching America's Next Top Model a long time ago before knew of this girl. But anywho, Miss Ebonee Davis has become a little viral from due to her missing out on a five-figure deal because of some content she posted. Now, Miss Ebonee Davis, I'm gonna show you a picture of the content that she posted. Now, she was fired on August 12th due to this content being a little bit more explicit than the company that hired her, which she did not disclose, care for. Now, this is what Ebonee posted to her um, Instagram, and she said, oh, I'm sorry. Also, it was posted with the caption under it saying, "My nigga took these." Now, she lost out on the deal because they said that they felt like it was just inappropriate and did not represent what their company was wanted, what their company wanted in their representation. And this is the response that Ebonee had, which made me girl, what? Just watch.
That Black content creators face.
Well, I'm gonna start it over,
I
y'all.
recently
Sorry.
to take a minute to discuss the harsh reality that Black content creators face. I recently lost out on a 5-figure brand deal for posting this picture with this caption. Nowhere in the contract were there any stipulations given around what kind of content I could post, except for the branded content, which would be approved by the company. As for my personal content, nothing was said. After posting that picture and posting that caption, I received a phone call from my agent saying that the company thought it was inappropriate. And I just want to take a second to unpack that. When I read that caption, I read a playful articulation of the love I have for my man. It's been generally agreed upon by the Black community for decades that the N-word isn't derogatory, it's a term of endearment. And that brings us to the photo. Yet again, when I look at this picture, I see playfulness. I see a Black girl living her best life, having fun. There's nothing inappropriate about it to me, especially not in the world we live in today. For centuries, Black women's bodies have been scrutinized, they've been picked apart, they've been deemed unworthy, they've been deemed inappropriate, and this is yet again an extension of that rhetoric. It's the hypersexualization of the Black female body which has led to this very conversation. The only way someone else could deem this as inappropriate is if they projected their sexual desires onto me, or if they projected their underlying judgments onto me, which is what we call prejudice. Now, typically I would brush that off and say that's a you problem, but it becomes a me problem because it threatens my livelihood, just the same way these systems of oppression have threatened the livelihood of Black women for centuries. Furthermore, you want access to my audience, which is mostly Black women, without actually having a full appreciation for Black culture. Why is it that what's considered appropriate or professional is always adjacent to whiteness? You want the activist part of me that's articulate and intelligent, but that's just one side of my Black girl magic. Because the other side of me knows how to turn up and throw this ass. And that's what I'm gonna do. We don't have to separate who we are in order to please these companies. We don't have to erase or hide any aspect of our personality in order to get these bags. If you can't handle me at my back that ass up, you don't deserve me at my I have a dream.
And that is what Miss Ebonee Davis had to say about that one there now. What do you ladies think about that? Do you feel as though she was wrongfully, terminated from her contract? And is this a dig to Black women everywhere on the sexualization and whatnots? What y'all think?
Go ahead, girl.
First, the F of all. Don't use us as Black women as your way to try to say that somebody else did us wrong. No, ma'am. No, the hell, ma'am. Because first of all, you did. You were doing the most on your on. You, everybody knows when you have a contract with some of these other countries that are not, Black based or whatever else, and some of the Black companies will do you the same way. You have to stay within a certain type of what we hired you for. We don't want you out here embarrassing us or our brand. If our brand markets to several different type of people and you are doing something that brand does not stand behind, yes, ma'am, you're going to get fired. It happens. Every day, people get fired for the same thing on social media, doing stupid stuff. Your job sees it and they fire you because you're embarrassing them. Don't use me as a black woman and say this is a hypersexualization of black women. First of all, you the one with your booty all out on Instagram. Don't get mad and try to say they hypersexualize. No, you hypersexualized yourself when you got on here with your booty hanging out with this fishnet, whatever that was. Because for number one, it was tacky anyway. It wasn't even cute. Okay, first of all. I'm talking about this is what I see. It's a love for my man. Ma'am, we don't see your man nowhere in the picture. So we don't even know your man exists. Okay. First of all, so it's not from no love, it has to do with love from your man. Because did Kelly B, did you see a man in that picture?
Nowhere.
I did not. So if I did not see the man, I don't see this picture as being love for your man. And you are talking about, oh, we have all decided that the N word is okay. First of all, I know some people do say the N word. I don't say the word. I used to say it back
That's
in high
not my
school until I had a
vocabulary.
whole education lesson from a teacher. I do not use the word. So number one, don't say we all have accepted. No, you have accepted that it's okay. Not everybody in our culture even believes it's okay to use the word. So yes, when you're in public and you're using that word with a company that does not agree with it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to fire you because it's not content that they agree with. And the fact that she is trying to make herself seem like she just woke and intelligent and she is using us to further her shenanigans because she got fired, ma'am, got nothing to do with me. Nothing whatsoever to do with me. And number two,
Okay.
I don't even know who she is from Top Model. Maybe
Okay.
because Top Model stopped being hot in 2004. And she was probably from 2019 or something when nobody was watching it past Eva.
Okay.
So, girl, sit down. Please sit down. If I had a chair, I'll put it on the screen. Sit down. Girl, she done made me irritable. Go ahead.
I
What
was
you
seeing
think
she was
about
already, but she ruffled your feathers, so I was like, "Oh, get it, girl." You then turn the crack of your ass to us and talk about everybody else over sexualizing you. Well, why show your ass? Like, why are you showing that part of your bum? You know what I'm saying? Like, you sound you know how people try to
Got
sound
the pum
intelligent?
pum out?
You know how people try to sound intelligent but really sound dumb and end up making
They
it.
missed the mark. That's her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, because I just didn't know what she was talking about. Like, girl,
From that reach.
you're doing everything that, like, you're doing what they don't want you to do, and you're trying to make it like, oh, but y'all doing this. No, you're doing that, and we don't want you to do that. And like and if I can't show, if you can't have me at my back that ass up, why do people feel like they always got to show they butt? Like, why do you feel like everything has to be sexualized? You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a brand deal that I'm hiring you for. Your page, I'm sure you got a bunch of booty pictures. You see what I'm saying? Why for this do you need to have that? Why? Like, everything all content don't have to have that. And that to me didn't look like that was something I would want to buy. You know what I mean? It's like, I would want to see if somebody's going to be modeling something of mine, I want to see it in the best way possible. You know what I mean? And the best way you can make it as possible, because I am, you know what I mean? Because I am trying to use your following, because that's what they're doing. Like, they do go out for people that have a bigger following, and they're trying to build their brand and up their stuff. I look for you because I liked your content, I like your look, and you have a bigger following. But I still want you to respect my wishes and respect my brand. And you can go do your own thing. If you want to wear the outfit again and show it up in it. But if I ask you for something, especially if I'm paying you for something, because it was another apparel company that I came across a video of a girl. It didn't look like it needed to be ironed, but they wanted to make sure that she was in something, like she ironed and pressed their outfit, because you're representing me. Right. Now, I don't know if they stated that in the beginning, but definitely these brand companies have to state what their desires are and what they're looking for, especially if I'm going to pay you. Although you have the following and although you can help me with my business, I'm still paying you for a service that I should be able to have, like how I want it, And as far as the IGG with the A, I guess, you know what I mean? I gotta stop myself from saying that. I be wanting to not saying that, but they didn't embedded that sometimes in their vocabulary, and I just be it come out, and I be on be wanting to say it all the time, but I say it sometimes. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie, I say it, but I be like, dang, I gotta stop saying that word. But yeah, for all
She
my
actually had the nerve to say if they can't take her back that who asked for that, ma'am?
Thank you. My thing was, first of all, like I said, the she her arm must really be hurting from that reach. It really must be hurting from that reach. You had a brand deal. First of all, they're over sexualizing me. If your booty out on the with some fishnets on, I'm sorry, you don't look like a preschool teacher, girl. I don't. What do you mean they're over sexualizing me? You did that purposefully, suggestive pose, and then you put my nigga took this. They never stated in the contract what they wanted. You know what professionalism is.
No, she
You
don't. She
know
don't talk about.
you are fully aware that, and it is within, like you said, LB, is within they right as somebody who paid you and contracted you to do a certain something for them to have people that represent their company and for them to decide if you no longer represent what I want my brand to represent, I am allowed to not employ you anymore because you are now not fulfilling, you're not what my brand needs to represent. But then you want to come in and you want to drag, she did a Monique where it's like, oh, all of us, this is all about all of us as Black women. No, this about you. You did something stupid and you thought they was just gonna overlook it and not care, and it turns out
and
that
she
they
ain't got
cared.
no
They might
real
be on some
claim though.
money. You say
She
what?
she ain't got no real claim.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just trying to sound intelligent and smart, and you sound dumb because you did something that they didn't like. And instead of you sucking it up and taking it, you want to make a whole post about it and like, and you know, like so forth, so we can understand you. No, we understand them.
No, what it was is she missing that money, which means she was having some financial
She
difficulties,
said, oh, I
and she
messed
really
up.
needed that little 5 figures. And now I wonder what kind of 5 figures we talking. We talking like 10,000, 20, or we talking more like 90?
Right.
Because she sound like she really hurt, like she butt hurt, real for real, for real.
You're
Because they
like,
let her go.
they over sexualize. If you can't take me at this, don't take me at that. They decided not to, ma'am. Now what?
They decided not to take you. You're right. We don't have to take you. You're
So
correct.
now
Very
what?
correct.
I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be fine.
They will find another brand ambassador that will do what they want to keep their figure deal, that whatever 5 figure deal they gave. But I'm so upset that she tried to use us for her cause. Honey, bye. Bye bye.
I couldn't believe, I didn't even know when I saw that. And I'm gonna be honest. Oh, shout out to, and I will put I'll send information about him. Shout out to Black Code, Black Code, I believe it was, that actually showed me this post and had me commented on one of his pages. He actually brought it to my attention. So shout out, subscriber of ours, friend to the show. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, the black code.
Appreciate it.
Thank
All
you for
right.
being on
Speaking
that B
of,
pod. Okay.
I know, right?